I wanted to start my word by conveying the warm greetings from Mrs. Clementine Salami, the regional director, who was not able to make it because right now there is an event in Nairobi, the protection dialogue with partners. So, yeah, and also I wanted to thank IGAD for organizing this event, which will give us opportunity during the 4 coming days to take stocks on progress made so far. His Excellency, the Executive Secretary of IGAD, Mr. Mayou, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Education, the Republic of Djibouti, representatives and experts from IGAD member states, development partners, refugee representatives, all protocol observed. As the UN Agency for Refugee, we are honored to actively participate and support the 3rd IGAD Conference on Education here in Djibouti. This meeting follows the first conference also held in Djibouti in 2017, during which IGAD member states, ministers of education signed, as you do recall, the Djibouti Declaration. The second conference of education ministers took place in 2018 in Addis Ababa, where we developed the call for action, which reiterates the commitment made in Djibouti and also developed concrete action plans to support the process. On behalf of the High Commissioner for Refugee and the Regional Director for East and Horn of Africa, I welcome you all to this conference on the review of progress made so far since the important commitment. Since the adoption of the Comprehensive Refugee Response Framework in 2016 and the Global Compact for Refugee in 2018, UNHCR has been working closely with the government to improve the life of our people of concern and also strengthen the national capacity of government to facilitate the inclusion of refugees into national systems. Education plays a big part, as does health, a sector which held a similar conference last week to also review progress made. Dear participants, distinguished delegates, please allow me to share some few rates which portray the education. Across the region, we are seeing gross enrollment rate of refugee children average about 60% in primary school and only 20% in secondary school. This number decreased to 1% in higher education. Besides, gross enrollment rates in secondary school are considerably lower compared to primary schools, and the gross enrollment rate for girls at secondary school are significantly lower than boys. This, in other words, impact their future learning opportunities. If refugees' children cannot complete their education journey, little hope remains that they can grow into their full capacity as our future leaders and change makers. So, investing in education for refugees is an investment in the future. It is developing and nurturing the leaders, teachers, peace builders, civil servants, healthcare workers, and parents who will rebuild and revitalize their country. This situation for refugee education does not look good. Announcing policies and measures that are inclusive of refugee students need to continuously be advocated for to fast-track enrollment of refugees into the ECD, the primary, secondary, and tertiary education. Refugee children need to be included in the national education system. Children need a proper curriculum all the way through primary, secondary school, resulting in recognized qualifications that can be their springboard to university or higher vocational training. Early and sustainable access to education for all displaced children and youth is only possible through a joint commitment, action, and a joint investment in support of inclusion in national education systems. Innovative ways of opening up more access opportunity and the improvement on quality education need to be explored. Therefore, it is with collated efforts of all actors at the national, regional, international level that the refugee education can reach great length. I know in the next few days we will send time to updating each other on progress made against pledges committed during the Global Refugee Forum, as well as the commitment included in the Djibouti Declarations. To some extent, the COVID pandemic has certainly challenged the effort and progress to support inclusion of refugee education into national system. However, I hope that hearing from each other and learning how each country had managed to put in place concrete action to move forward the inclusion agenda will revigorate all of us to continue to support education for all. Ladies and gentlemen, the outcome of this conference needs to be clear so that we can continue our drive to ensure we are making the lives of refugee children and youth better. I am confident that discussions such as this will lay the foundation of a true collaboration between all the actors. UNHCR will stand, as always, to support governments, to support IGAD, as well as all the other partners in protecting and serving refugees. I wish you all a fruitful meeting and look forward to read the outcome of the meeting. Thank you.